Hey everyone, Demon Mike here bringing you another beginner's guide video for the beginner's guide playlist of Heroes of the Storm on YouTube. For this video I'm going over Blackheart's Bay, and there's a lot to go over, so let's get right into it. As you can see on this load map, you gotta collect the doubloons. If you die while you have them on you, you'll drop them on the ground, allowing either your teammates or the enemy heroes to collect them from you. So make sure that you are not overextending too much while you have the doubloons. And there's two ways to collect the doubloons. There's you can defeat the merc camps, or you can collect them from the treasure chests that spawn periodically throughout the map duration. The two treasure chests spawn together, and they spawn there and there. This north center area, and the south area.
Hardly a challenge.
So the first set of treasure chests, they spawn at 50 seconds in, and that's been the case since alpha, and I don't think they plan on changing it, but if they do, just be aware and watch out for it. But like I said, that's been the case. It's always been spawning at 50 seconds in since alpha, so I'm guessing that they won't change that. You can hit these treasure chests with abilities along with auto attacks. So if you have an ability that does area damage, especially if it does a lot of damage in quick succession, then it's better to just throw that down, unless you're somebody like Tychus that has a really fast auto attack, and you can open up the treasure chest really quick, as you just saw him do. Looks like he's getting the health pack before he comes up here. Oh, let's try to get him to come over here. I guess he's wanting to go back. But while he's doing that, I'm just going to talk about the pirate merc camps and the other merc camps. So the pirate merc camps and all the other merc camps are going to spawn here at 2 minutes in, and you'll see them spawn. The pirate merc camps are going to be purple on the map. Looks like Tychus is going to go ahead and turn those in now. But the okay, here they are now. Here's one of the 4 pirate camps. You can see them. There's one here. I'll go help him out. There's one here, and here, and here, and each, like I probably already mentioned, each merc camp, including the pirate merc camps, drop 2 coins apiece, and it's a great and easy way to collect these coins. These pirate merc camps are extremely easy to defeat, so that's why it's pretty crucial that you do get them when possible, whenever your team is out of danger, and as long as you know where the enemy team is, then you should be doing some kind of counter move, collecting these merc camps or turning in doubloons. Don't normally pick that talent, but oh well. Not really thinking about what I'm doing, just trying to explain the map. So here is the siege camp, and it's just mirrored. We got one on this side as well. Same with the bruiser camps, it's just mirrored. We have one here and here, and then in the top center we have a boss merc camp, a watchtower just below it. you want to contest this and just control it whenever possible, so you can keep an eye on that boss merc camp. I believe that spawned at probably 3 minutes in, or maybe 3 minutes 40 or something. I'll probably put an annotation in correcting myself here, but the boss camp and the bottom bruiser camp down here, those are both in the center, meaning they are easy for either team to reach without too much risk. So you need to try to keep an eye on the enemy team to try to guess when they are going for those. That watchtower is just to help you enable you to easierly, if that's a word, see where, like, when they're going for that camp. So as long as you're controlling that top watchtower, then you should be able to normally see when they're going for that camp. It is possible that they could potentially sneak by whenever the creep are pushed back, and they could sneak up through here through the fog of war, just outside of the line of sight of the watchtower. But that's not likely, and the creep waves keep coming through, and the likelihood that they're all running through there right at the right time isn't very likely. So a lot of people like to suggest that it's better to have the enemy team go for the treasure chests at the very start and let them get the coins and turn them in, while your team sits in each lane to collect the experience from killing the creep. I don't agree with this, because if you're able to contest the enemy team, hopefully you're hearing me out on this, if you're able to contest the enemy team and kill them, like, even if you're killing one of their heroes, you're getting a lot of experience, and you're also stopping them from getting those coins. So it's kind of a double plus, a win-win kind of situation, where you are getting experience from killing them, and you're also stopping them from getting the coins. So you can turn them in and expose the middle fort to kill. So I don't see it being the best strategy. I don't completely discredit it, because if you're staying in the lanes, you are getting quite a bit amount of experience from the creep waves, but it's not as much as it would be if you're killing enemy heroes. The experience you gain from killing enemy heroes and killing the enemy forts is a lot more than killing the creep waves. So if you're able to work as a team and take down the enemy heroes, then it's always going to be better than just sitting in the lanes. Again, I just have to overemphasize it, maybe, that you want to watch the enemy team, watch what they're doing, and try to control the map. Try to control when they're trying to go for the merc camps, especially the boss and the bruiser camp down there. Just try to contest them, try to push them back. Really helpful tip I can give you for this boss merc camp: if you know that they're up here, which is more likely than not, you'll most likely know when the enemy team is going for this, because there's pretty obvious times to go for it. Like whenever you completely wipe out the enemy team, that's normally an excellent time to go get the boss merc camp or turn in doubloons. So if you have a lot of doubloons, then you're turning in those, obviously. But if you don't, then the boss merc camp is the next best thing. But the tip I was wanting to go over here is pay attention to the enemy team. If they are a lot of heroes that have an AoE ability, especially if they're picking a heroic ultimate ability where they have really strong AoE, like either one of Diablo's heroic abilities have a lot of potential for really strong AoE. Like the Apocalypse that he chose here has that stun, and it also hurts you for a decent amount. But if you think about it, if your entire team is up here, this is a really small area, and there's a lot of unit collision going on, especially if there's multiple heroes here. So you're really easily subjected to AoE abilities, especially if you have like Bright Wings, her offensive heroic ability, not her heal, but I don't know exactly what it's called, but the AoE heroic ability she has, on top of like Diablo's ability, a lot of what Malfurion does, even Malfurion's silence ability, heroic ability, not his tranquility, that's his heal, but his silence AoE. If the enemy team has all those abilities up here, then you're basically just asking to get all those, like have like a 1-2 punch on you combination and just completely get KO'd by coming up here, because it's just such an enclosed area. So you have to be really careful about the team comp when you're coming up here if the enemy team is in here. At least I experienced this in one game, and I've always been like cautious of it ever since, because it was so devastating to see our team winning and then go up there against a team that's behind and have them turn around the game because their team composition was full of AoE, and we were all here inside here trying to kill them while they're doing the boss. They just all turned around and hit their ultimate, their heroic abilities, and killed us like instantly. It was completely insane. So just be aware of that. Take that into consideration. If the enemy team's up there, just try not to let that happen to you. I guess the same is kind of down here, but it's a little bit bigger space, especially between these mist areas, which I should explain. These are kind of invisible areas like brush in other maps. You can hide in them unless you're attacking, of course, and your position is revealed, and or if the enemy team is in there with you. What else is there on this map that I should suggest? I guess I could just overemphasize that while the cannons are shooting, just keep an eye on the enemy team and go collect merc camps, get more doubloons, and once you collect the merc camps, try to push with them. Especially if it's not at a risky time, like you're not going to give up a lot of doubloons, then it's a really good idea to push with those merc camps that you collected and get even more experience. I don't think I really emphasized that in my other videos, that pushing with the merc camps is basically doubling or even tripling their potential, because the hero's abilities are really strong. Like every single hero has a strong auto attack, even even if they're a support hero, uh, you're just gonna make the merc camps push harder as long as you're pushing with them, especially with the boss camps, or the bruiser camps. So just make sure you're, as always, I'm just gonna overemphasize this. Make sure you're pushing with the merc camps, watching the enemy team, turning in doubloons when you have a few. Don't gather too many and hold on to them. You're just asking to give them up. And one thing I think I missed is when you're in the game, you can hit tab to view the hero selection screen, and you can see how many doubloons each hero has. As long as you've had line of sight of them, then it will update and tell you how many doubloons they have. And yeah, just really make sure you're paying attention to the enemy team. Definitely do not give up if your team falls behind. It's really easy to come back if the enemy team has specific heroes that have multiple kills on their head, like they're on a hot streak. Then if you are able to take them out, then you can easily turn the game around. But yeah, I think that's probably everything you need to know about that map and more. Just make sure you're watching out for the top merc camp, the bottom merc camp, the top camp, which is the boss camp. Make sure you're watching when they're going for it, and try to counter it. Especially if they get it, you'll need to defend against that boss one way or another. At least have, if it's late game, then you'll need to have a lot, if not all, of your heroes there to defend your base. If it's early on, then maybe just one hero is fine, while the rest keep collecting doubloons. But yeah, hopefully I didn't ramble too much. This is currently the last map on the beta. They will likely add more, so I'm not going to say this is the last map guide. Once they add more, I'll do more videos, and hopefully I'll see you on my other videos. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.